Plan to build an Islamic mosque in the North Valley is causing controversy. In tonight's Target 7 investigation, Jason McNabb looks into the reasons why neighbors are trying to shut it down.
Meet Talha Muhammad.
So this is the main area. We call it like the main prayer area.
He's a religious leader and executive director of the Albuquerque Islamic Center.
The imam, like me, I stand here to lead the prayer. Then people are like in this line here.
This mosque was established over a decade ago and moved into this old bank building in the Northeast Heights a few years later.
This is the main area and this is, we call it the multi-purpose room. People like usually after prayer, they are sitting there, they're talking.
But Muhammad says it's simply too small for the amount of Muslims coming in to pray, especially on Friday's prayer.
This is the most important gathering for our community.
That's why Muhammad says a new, larger mosque is needed, proposed to be built in the North Valley.
This 3.6-acre lot behind me off of 2nd Street, just north of Alameda, is where the mosque, which includes a school, is slated to be built. But people in these surrounding neighborhoods are trying to put a stop to it.
The Bernalillo County Planning Commission approved a zoning change to allow construction of the mosque in April. Now it's being appealed. The Maria Diers Neighborhood Association is leading the charge. Concerns in the appeal include increased traffic and arguments that the mosque wouldn't fit in with the existing, quote, character of the area. Nearly 20 neighbors signed the petition.
These are the businesses that already exist here at this intersection. Here you have a gas station dispensary combo, an oil change shop, and a nursery. Across the street on this corner, a gas station. On this corner, yet another gas station, and just down the street, a Catholic church.
Are there other reasons why the neighbors didn't want the mosque to be built? We didn't have to wait long to find out. The appeal was slated to be heard in front of Planning and Development last Wednesday. The chamber's full of people, many not even living in the area.
Do you live near that neighborhood, sir?
I don't.
But the chambers erupted in anger when the board announced they were pushing the hearing to July, after the Islamic Center filed a motion for more time to prepare. Frustration spilling outside, where a group formed a prayer circle in protest of the mosque. When asked why they opposed construction, some said they didn't want a building that large in the neighborhood, regardless of religious affiliation.
If it was like a Jewish center or a Christian church that wanted a 50,000 square foot building, I think I would feel the same way, that it doesn't belong there.
Others had choice words about Islam.
And it's written in the Bible that Satan will have authority to come and behead the Christians. And if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be the Muslims.
Islam doesn't really assimilate into any area that they go into.
Mario Rico, an independent minister from Valencia County, doesn't live in the area. He told Target 7 he heard about it online.
The Constitution, both New Mexico and the United States, says that everybody has rights and participate in Islamic culture.
It isn't that they shouldn't be able to practice their faith. Their faith, though, is a catalyst for violence. The Constitution does not protect violence.
Talha Muhammad believes Islamophobia is the main force behind the mosque's opposition.
I'm sure you saw some of the rhetoric that was around that crowd that was in there.
Yes.
What did that tell you?
Just we practice our religion. We don't have any issue with other people.
Muhammad also doesn't believe traffic congestion will increase the way neighbors think it will. We reached out to the Neighborhood Association to ask further about why they filed the appeal, but never heard back. Until the next hearing, it's set to remain a contentious discussion.
We have the right to protest and the right to say that we don't want this in the neighborhoods.
We don't want that here.
For Target 7,
we don't have any hatred. We don't hold any hatred against anyone.
I'm Jason McNabb.